Once upon a time, in the ancient land of India, a person embarked on a journey to seek wisdom from the renowned Gautama Buddha. This individual was struggling with a profound inner anger, a tempest of emotions that raged within them. Rage and frustration had taken residence in their heart, causing suffering and restlessness in their daily life. Desperate for guidance on how to control these powerful emotions, they embarked on a pilgrimage to meet the Buddha, a sage known for his profound teachings on the human mind and the path to inner peace. The journey was long and arduous, filled with physical and emotional challenges. Yet, driven by the burning desire to find a solution to their emotional turmoil, the seeker persevered. Finally, they arrived at the tranquil grove, where the Buddha often imparted his wisdom to seekers from all walks of life. As they approached the Buddha, their heart raced with anticipation, their mind filled with questions. With great humility, they knelt before the enlightened one and spoke. "O great Buddha, I come to you seeking guidance. My emotions, particularly anger and frustration, have become unruly, dominating my life. I beg you, teach me how to control them." The Buddha, radiating serenity and compassion, regarded the seeker with kind eyes and said, "I will share with you a profound teaching, a hidden power that lies within each one of us, the power of not reacting." The seeker was intrigued but puzzled. "Not reacting?" they asked. "How can that help me control my emotions?" The Buddha began to unravel the wisdom hidden behind this seemingly simple concept, weaving a tale that would forever change the seeker's understanding of emotions and inner peace. Once, the Buddha began, there was a man who was struck by a poisoned arrow. The arrowhead was deadly, and his life was in grave danger. His family and friends rushed to his side, seeking to remove the arrow and save his life. But the man, rather than allowing them to remove the arrow immediately, insisted on knowing the following. Who shot the arrow? What was the arrow made of? What kind of bow was used? Was the person who shot the arrow tall or short? Was it daytime or nighttime? What was the motivation behind the shooting? And countless other questions. While he obsessed over these details, the poison from the arrow began to spread through his body, and his life hung in the balance. Finally, after much time had passed, he succumbed to the poison and died. The moral of this parable, the Buddha explained, is that our lives are like that man struck by the poisoned arrow. We are often wounded by the arrows of suffering and negative emotions, such as anger and frustration. Yet, instead of immediately addressing our suffering, we often get caught up in seeking answers to countless questions and dwelling on the whys and hows of our suffering, which only deepens our pain. The seeker pondered the profound parable and realized how it mirrored their tendency to overanalyze and react to their emotions. They understood that, in doing so, they were allowing anger and frustration to poison their inner well-being. The Buddha continued, "The hidden power of not reacting lies in our ability to respond to life's challenges with mindfulness and wisdom, instead of reacting impulsively with anger, frustration, or other negative emotions. It is the art of stepping back and observing our emotions without judgment, understanding their impermanence, and choosing to respond skillfully." The seeker listened attentively, eager to learn more about this hidden power. The Buddha shared a series of teachings that would serve as a roadmap for the seeker's journey towards emotional mastery. The Buddha emphasized the importance of mindfulness and awareness as the foundational pillars of not reacting. To control your emotions, he said, you must first become acutely aware of them. This awareness allows you to observe your emotions as they arise, like clouds passing through the sky, without identifying with them. He guided the seeker in practicing mindfulness meditation, a technique to cultivate a deep and non-judgmental awareness of their thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations. Through meditation, the seeker began to develop the capacity to observe their emotions without immediately reacting to them. The Buddha shared another fundamental insight. Emotions, like all phenomena, are impermanent. They arise, stay for a while, and eventually pass away. Understanding this impermanence helps you let go of the grip of intense emotions. The seeker learned to observe their emotions with the understanding that they were temporary and ever-changing. With time and practice, They realized that by not reacting impulsively, they could avoid adding fuel to the emotional fire and allow their emotions to naturally subside. The Buddha spoke of the transformative power of compassion and loving kindness. When you cultivate compassion, he said, you develop empathy for yourself and others. It becomes easier to respond to difficult situations with understanding and kindness. The seeker embarked on a journey of self-compassion and began to treat themselves with the same kindness they extended to others. They found that self-compassion served as a buffer against the harshness of their judgments and self-criticism, which had often fueled their anger and frustration. Wise discernment, the Buddha emphasized, is the ability to evaluate situations and make decisions based on wisdom and clarity, rather than reacting impulsively. It involves understanding the root causes of your emotions and addressing them at their source. The seeker learned to investigate the underlying causes of their anger and frustration. They discovered that these emotions often arose from unmet expectations, attachment to outcomes, and unresolved past experiences. Through reflection and introspection, they gained insight into the roots of their suffering. The Buddha concluded, not reacting doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means responding skillfully. When you encounter challenging situations, take a pause, breathe deeply, let the initial emotional surge subside. Then, with clarity and wisdom, choose how to respond. The seeker practiced this mindful response in their daily life. They found that by taking a moment to pause and breathe, they could detach from their immediate emotional reactions and choose a more balanced and constructive response. Months passed, and the seeker diligently applied the Buddha's teachings on not reacting to their life. Gradually, the grip of anger and frustration weakened. They noticed that, by practicing mindfulness, impermanence, compassion, wise discernment, and mindful response, they gained mastery over their emotions. One day, as they sat in deep meditation, a profound realization washed over them like a gentle wave. They understood that the power of not reacting was not merely about controlling emotions, but was, in fact, the key to their liberation from suffering. In this moment of profound insight, the seeker discovered the ultimate truth, the cessation of suffering. Their heart overflowed with joy and gratitude. They had experienced a profound transformation, thanks to the hidden power of not reacting. The seeker returned to the Buddha to express their gratitude and share their newfound wisdom. The Buddha, with a knowing smile, welcomed them and said, "You have discovered the treasure hidden within yourself, the power of not reacting. It is the path to inner peace and liberation from suffering." The seeker had not only learned how to control their emotions, but had also unlocked the secret to a life free from the shackles of suffering. Their journey had come full circle, and they had found the grand finale they had sought all along: liberation from the tyranny of their emotions. And so, in the serene presence of the Buddha, the seeker learned that the hidden power of not reacting was not only a means to control one's emotions, but a path to the ultimate freedom, the freedom from suffering itself. It was a timeless lesson, as relevant today as it was in the ancient land of India, offering a profound and enduring wisdom for all those who sought inner peace and liberation.